Aldridge out of this world as Spurs blitz Boston. The Spurs' LaMarcus Aldridge, who had his second game with at least 40 points this year, tries to get around the Celtics' Marcus Morris on Sunday in Boston. Boston LaMarcus Aldridge didn't walk into TD Garden on Sunday with a feeling the night would be anything out of the ordinary. He warmed up as usual. He felt okay. 13 seconds into the game, Aldridge tossed in a confident 22-footer. Still, he'd box score. It wasn't until he came out of the game with 1:35 to play, the Spurs' 115-96 win over reeling Boston secure, that Aldridge realized how close he'd come to special. "I looked up and saw I had 48 and was like, oh man," Aldridge said after his second game of at least 40 points this season. "I didn't know. The Celtics didn't need to know the particulars, either. All they needed to know, after a fourth straight defeat that sparked a post-game team meeting and much consternation in Beantown, was that Aldridge had been far too much for any of them to handle." Aldridge had 19 points in the first quarter, the most of any Spur in any frame this season, and finished 20 of 31 from the floor to establish a career best for made field goals. He also set a record for most points scored by a San Antonio player against Boston on the road, snapping the previous mark of 36 shared by David Robinson, George Gervin, and Sean Elliott. All told, it was Aldridge's most prolific performance since a 56-point outing in a double OT win over Oklahoma City on January 10. And it left some of, why couldn't he hit 50 again? "I am sick about it," said DeMar DeRozan, who added 16 points and 11 assists. When he scores fifth, Aldridge's eruption sent the Celtics to their most lopsided home loss of the season, and helped the Spurs rebound from a defeat Friday in Houston they felt they gave away. Boston was missing starting forward Jason Tatum, as well as big men Al Horford and Robert Williams, part of the reason Aldridge was able to have his field day inside. The Spurs posted 32 assists and limited Boston to 40.4% shooting and 7 of 35 shooting from three-point range. What Spurs coach Greg Popovich enjoyed most, however, was his team's business-like approach to a short-handed Celtics squad. Two of their best players weren't there, and that's always tough for a team, Popovich said. "What we did well, with all-star guard Kyrie Irving sleepwalking to 11 points and 12 assists, Marcus Smart scored 14 points to lead the Celtics. Boston's starting five combined for 60 points, or only a dozen fewer than Aldridge amassed by himself. Our energy just wasn't right," said Irving, whose team dropped to 43-31 to match the Spurs record. "It is as simple as, with the way Aldridge was going, it might not have mattered if the Celtics had arrived at the arena loaded for bear with their hair on fire." The Spurs all-star forward got rolling early, throwing in jumpers, step backs, and turnarounds. He was 9 of 5, the difference was in scheme. The Rockets doubled. Boston allowed Aldridge to play one-on-one, often against Aaron Baines, who proved no match once the Spurs big man got hot. Aldridge said he was surprised the Celtics did not try and double-team from the start. "Especially after last game," Aldridge said. Most of the time the stabilizing effect Aldridge's sizzling start had on a Spurs team that has struggled on the road was palpable. They took a 31-24 edge after the first quarter and led wire-to-wire en route to their first away victory over a team with a winning record since January 7 in Detroit. "It takes a lot of pressure off everybody else," center Jacob Poeltl said of Aldridge's first quarter. "Then they've got to make." When the Celtics finally did deploy an occasional double team on Aldridge, he made them pay for that, too. After Boston had climbed with 5 midway through the third quarter, the Celtics sent 2 defenders at Aldridge on the block. "He found he played a fine game," Popovich said. "Kind of like being, in the end, Aldridge added 6 assists and 13 rebounds to the Spurs' 10th victory in 12 games. For their trouble, the Spurs will depart Boston, still in 8th place in the Western Conference. "It's winning time," Aldridge said. "It's getting close to..." When Aldridge at last left TD Garden on Sunday, arguably the Spurs' most impressive road win of the season in the books, even he was impressed with how quickly an ordinary night became something extraordinary. The only person who could have stopped him from getting 50, it turns out, might have been undrafted rookie center Drew Eubanks. Eubanks was at the scorer's table set to check in with 1:35 to play. Aldridge took his... That's when Aldridge looked up and saw 48 next to his name on the scoreboard. "That, plus, my teammates were finding me and I was just trying to take the shots I was feeling were good," Aldridge said. It ended up being James Donald at expressnews.net. Twitter at James Donald saying. Related slideshow 2018-19 NBA season provided by Iman.
Raindrop, drop top smoking, no cooking the hot bar. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park.